Alright, well, it's exciting for all. Still. That's exciting.
I would double check that. No, it's good. We're good.
Okay, how are we doing?
We're good. We're live.
But is it embedded?
Yeah, it's embedded. Somehow we're getting audio though. I was trying to mute it. Where's the audio coming from?
That I don't know.
Well, like it's for the camera.
We should only be getting audio if something's unmuted. Everything's muted though. I don't know what it is. Awesome. Still getting the audio.
The only thing I can think of is the
Actual mic in the camera.
actual. Yes, the only thing I can think of.
Doesn't make sense.
So we still can hear.
Everything is muted, but we're still getting audio on the feed. I don't know where it's
So the
coming
only thing I can think of is the microphone there.
from, unless.
Oh, it's coming from this.
The thematic goal and how we're creating value for our team members, our customers, and ADT. And then we'll finish up today's meeting with a Q&A with the dead, which is always everybody's most exciting time, right? All right, so I want to start off by bringing up Chris Legore, who's a VP of Finance. She's going to go through how we did in 2017 and give us an overview of how we're doing so far this year. Chris?
So thank you, Robert. So we're going to start. Microphone. Sure. Hold this. Okay, we're going to start off by celebrating 5 milestones that we achieved in 2017. So in 2017, we had our highest install value in Defender's history at 247,000 installs. We protected 36,000 more families than our record. So let's go around the wheel a little bit. So we have Defender's marketing and business partnerships. We're both double-digit % above visionary results this year, bringing us record lead value and under a $700 MCPI. That's awesome. Our sales team finished 4 consecutive quarters with visionary close rates. Our field team had the highest TP on an annual basis in history at $609. And last, together, we all reduced our 30-day cancels to the lowest level that we've seen since 2015. Good focus on the wig. Round of applause for that. So as you guys know, we have a profit bonus. So the profit bonus runs from October 1st of 2017 to September 30th of 2018. So where are we so far? So far through December, so we have 3 months under our belt. We are at 1.02% of our goal, which means we're slightly above primary so far this year. We have 9 more months to go on the profit bonus, so let's continue to focus on the WIG and your top items and your AIPs, and we'll continue to increase that 1.02%. So let's talk about the WIG. Who knows what our WIG is? Oh, come on. Aaron.
To raise install rate, 2-week install rate from 66% to 70% by June 30th.
Right, so we are going to raise the install rate from 66% to 70% by June 30th of 2018. So currently we are at 68.6%, so we are over halfway there so far if we keep up the momentum. So what can you do to help with the WIG? If you're in the field, the number one thing you can do is staff up. So we set a benchmark out there to be at 70% capacity in all branches. So that's the number one thing you can do in the field. As for the rest of us, continue to keep your focus on your WIG commitments that you set weekly, attend your huddles, and we will achieve this goal together. I want to give a quick readout of where we are so far in 2018. So we are closing out January. We closed out January. We're moving into February. So how are we doing so far? In January, we had about 19,000 installs, just shy of that, which is pretty close to what we did a year ago in January. TP is killing it out of the gate. So that's a bright spot that we have. I said we set a record last year, remember, at $609. We are over $650 for the entire month of January. So what do we have to look forward to? So if you look at the install volume that we're forecasting from March through the rest of the year, every single month is above 20,000 installs and climbing. So it's really important that we get staffed up in all of our teams and just get ready to have another fantastic record-setting year. Back to you, Robert.
So what's the bottom line? Like, we had a visionary year for 2017. That's 2 years in a row, back-to-back visionary results. But we are a momentum business, as we know. We can either have positive momentum or we can have negative momentum. We had 2 years of really good positive momentum. We've gotten off to a little bit of a slow start in January, so we have to make sure that we remain focused, get our energy level up, and don't let complacency set in. Okay? So next, as we did at the last Defenders Live, we want to organize it out as thematic goal achievement, things that we're doing for you, our customers, and ADT. So I'll start with how we maximize value for you this month. To kick it off, how many of you had the opportunity to see the 20th year anniversary video? Everyone have a chance to see that? All right, how cool is that, right? What would you do with $20,000? There's a lot you could do with 20 grand, right? If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go? Right? And I know we just had the Super Bowl, but wouldn't it be really awesome to go to the Super Bowl? I'm sure you'd have to watch the Patriots play, but the good news is you get to watch them lose. Really thought that joke would work well. So So make sure you're submitting nominations for team members who really exemplify the values and passions that make our company great. The celebration or nominations are open to anybody in the company. So you're all able to be part of it. And I can tell you we've already received several nominations, very good ones, but we'd like to get more. Make sure that when you submit a nomination, you're very detailed about what they've done to hit whatever that passion is. So this month is about systems are the solution. So again, just get very detailed of what they specifically did to show that systems are the solution. Visit our intranet site for more details, and of course, why we keep legal in business, the fine print. All right, so next I want to invite Rich Cherry on up, who's our CIO. He's going to share some very big news with you. And the spoiler alert, it's not IT related.
Thank you. No, I do have some exciting news to share. Our plan to remodel HQ has been approved. So if you remember the last time we spoke, we had pressed pause during the MSA negotiations with ADT. And since those are completed, we picked up the remodel. And we had to make a few adjustments in the plan since we had a few more associates to join us in this building from the CEC building. So we made those modifications and we put those out for contractor bids. So we're going to be getting quotes back from the contractors over the next few weeks. We'll evaluate those, we'll approve the plan, we'll go to permitting, and then we'll start the reconstruction, the remodeling. That'll be exciting. I guess March could be the day where we start swinging the hammers. So that'll be a lot of fun. A couple of the highlights that we have included in the plan, talk about some of these. But we're going to remodel the main entrance to the lobby, and we're going to secure it. Now that we're the only tenant in the building, we can, once we secure the lobby, we can take down some of the doors and some of the walls between our workspaces, so we don't have to key card our way around the building to the bathrooms and all that kind of stuff. So be able to flow much more freely. We're going to move DU1 from here over to the other side of the building, and we're going to expand it, and we're going to put some new audio-visual equipment in there and upgrade DU1 for Culture Day and some of the events we have. So that'll be exciting. We're going to move the break room from upstairs down here, and we're going to expand it, so it'll be a cool place to hang out and have snacks and all that good stuff. And one other thing that we're going to do that's a little bit more significant is the offices that are on the outside of the building. We're going to move those inside, and that way it'll just open up the building and the space and the light and all that. So a lot of really cool, exciting changes. I think you guys are going to love it. And again, we'll start in March. I'll ask for your patience during the remodeling and the construction. But once we're done, I think we're all going to love it. So, it's exciting.
I know Donna will play a big part of the remodel, and I wanted to call her out. She's in the back because she has a really awesome shirt. So next, let's maximize value for our customers. So what we've done is, just like we've done in previous quarters or halves of the year, whenever we create a WIG, we add a corresponding excellence team to help support that initiative. So for the first half of this year, as we know, we're focused on install rate, and we created a conversion excellence team. Now this team has people from finance, from IT, from sales, and operations. And we're all coming together with a single goal of improving our operations and alignment. The CET has had a few meetings already, and we've identified 3 key areas to help us improve our install rate. One of them is SA capacity, right? We've all heard how important that was during 2017. It will continue to be a major focus for us in 2018. We want to make sure that when a customer wants to get protected today or tomorrow or the next day, we have the slots available to take care of them. The second thing is we want to decrease our number of pre-install cancels. What that means is when a sale is made today, and then there's an install date in the future, that time between sale and install, we want to minimize the customers that call back and change their mind. Obviously, one of the best ways for us to be able to get that customer installed is to have the capacity to do so. So in the spirit of systems are the solution, we've created a new process for our superheroes to save these customers wishing to cancel. We're very excited about that. It just got launched last week. Also with Systems Are the Solution, we said the third thing we want to focus on is reschedules. So getting customers back on the board as quickly as possible is the best way for us to get them protected. Ideally, we're looking for ways to prevent the reschedule from occurring altogether. So more to come in the future on the Conversion Excellence team. Now, finally, we're going to share how we are maximizing value for ADT. And with that, Rob Davis is going to come on up. He's the Vice President of ADT Relationships, and we'll share some recent developments.
So, good morning, everybody. Robert's been talking about maximizing value in the relationships we have with our team members, our customers, and now ADT. Defenders is a relationships company. We are relational. Everything we do is about those relationships and conduits that we create. So for ADT, we're going to talk about two things: our new MSA with them, and also the IPO that was just issued back at the beginning of January. So the MSA, what is it? It's a master services agreement, which is our contract between ADT and Defenders. It governs the way that we work together. And we signed a new 9-year agreement that's unprecedented with ADT. It's the longest term relationship they've ever delivered, and it means stability and it means opportunity for us in the long term. Why is that? First, because we have improved contractual terms. So when we negotiated this agreement, Jim, Bart, Mark Colucci, Abby Langenbartles, Richard Hill, all of them worked really hard to improve the contract from what we had previously to what we have now. So that means we're going to be bigger and better than we've ever been because of the MSA. Secondly, we have improved relationships and alignment. You know, this process really was something that should have taken about 6 months. We got it done in about 30 days, and that was primarily because of the relationships, really strong relationships that we have with ADT. Next, we got improved marketing opportunities. So that's really big. The relationship that we have between ADT's marketing team and our team is better and better, and it's going to result in growth for Defenders. And lastly, it's about growth. You know, ADT, they went private back in May of 2016. They're going public. And what does that mean? It means that they're going to be pressed for growth. So we'll talk about that transition from public to private. As you know, Apollo Global Management, which is a private equity firm, took them private back in May of 2016. They did about 18 months worth of improvements, got the company to a place where they thought, hey, we can go back to being a public company. They delivered an initial public offering, which means that everyone can buy stock in ADT now. And that happened on January 12th of this year. Now, importantly, right out of the gate, the stock traded down a little bit. You know, it was kind of like you get up in the morning, you have breakfast, your French toast is a little soggy, and it's a bad start to the day. It doesn't ruin your day, but it is a little bit of a bad start. But that bad start was created because the market perceives ADT as having a number of competitors, right? There are DIY companies, there are companies like Amazon, companies like Comcast, all entering into the security space. And the market's concerned about ADT's ability to address those competitive concerns. Secondly, as a public company, ADT is going to be expected to grow quarter after quarter after quarter. What do those two things mean for Defenders? They mean opportunity, right? When it comes to defeating competition, our marketing team is going to address that head on and allow ADT to leverage its brand and our marketing strength to create new opportunities for ADT. Also, when it comes to growth, that relationship that we have with ADT means that they know we're the best in the world at acquiring customers. And they're going to need us going forward. It's going to be really important for us to contribute to ADT's success. So when you think about these two events, the MSA and the IPO, they mean long-term stability and real growth opportunities for Defenders going forward.
Soggy French toast, that's a good analogy. Okay, so we're ready for Q&A with the vet. So prepare your softball questions. Come on up, guys. The first question.
Okay, so we're already halfway to our WIG after a month. If we are to hit that by the end of the first quarter, would we change the WIG to something else that would help drive the same results, or would we increase the MPVs, or will we just stay on that same track and make sure we maintain?
All right. So right now it does look like we are well on our way to achieving the WIG. I think it'll get harder before it gets easier. As we said earlier, marketing is ramping up the volume. The reason our install rate looks good right now is because it went dark during the holidays. So we had just an excess capacity that we weren't using. If we do hit our WIG before June, I think we'll just aim for visionary and try and get all the way to 72% instead of just 70%. Other questions?
Trust me, we'll be thrilled if we hit 72% before the end of the week.
I won't throw it at you.
Did you see the camera?
Yeah.
If we have changes operationally to the master service agreement, how would those changes be communicated to the affected departments?
So the question was, any changes to the MSA that we just signed, how would they be communicated? So actually, Mark Colucci, which I don't see him in here, there he is. So Mark Colucci, you want to come on up? Mark Colucci is actually going around and talking to each one of the bid leaders and their leaders to explain some of the major changes. So I think
Yeah, we
after most of them.
Yeah, and we have gone around the wheel, met with various departments and explained kind of at a high level the detail of the contract changes as relevant to that department. Now, if you've got questions, if you weren't part of those meetings, feel free to contact An, and she can schedule some time where we can get together with you and a group within your department. Be more than happy. We've got a little PowerPoint presentation, kind of go through and answer questions as well.
So y'all don't have to answer, but one or two of you, I guess, what's the feature of the remodel that you're most excited about?
Just one, Rich.
Just one. I think for me, it'll be remodeling the break room. And we're going to bring it downstairs. It'll be right off the lobby. It'll just be a nice place where we can hang out and see each other more often. Hopefully we'll take more advantage of it than we do in the break room today, which gets some good use, but I think we're going to make this much more open and accessible and available. And I think we'll really all like that. It'll be a place where we can see each other.
And just to add to that, I'm excited just about the additional collaboration space that's going to be around, and the fact that we're going to move the offices inside to bring light throughout the entire.
I would just add that for my team, we'll be integrated onto the floor. So today we're kind of separated down here in the corner, and in the future we'll actually be upstairs with everybody.
I'm looking forward to the hot tubs. What I'm looking forward to is just getting all of my teams together. Right now we're kind of disparate on different floors and different sides of the building, so it'll give us an opportunity to just bring everyone together.
So maybe you can give us a little bit of insight into bit level activities. I know that you and Jim and Chris are going to the Barnes conference this week, and that's one of the major conferences in the security space. You want to tell us what your objectives are going down to the conference?
Yeah, so I'm actually leaving this afternoon. Jim's already down there, that's why he wasn't here today. And then Chris Legore is also joining me. And once a year, it's called the Barnes & Buchanan Conference. And it is the really the leading conference in the security industry from a financial perspective. There's other ones from a technology perspective. So my main goal down there is to build relationships, primarily with the bankers, but also other leaders around the industry.
I just wanted to know with the new expansion and also becoming a new, I guess, a fairly new IPO, is that going to open up more positions in Defender, around the company-wide?
A lot of that's due simply because of the opportunity. So as we gain more opportunity to gain leads, it just spins from there. Sales will continue to grow. From there, field will have to grow. So we already have our number. We already know that the field's going to have to grow over 100 positions from where they're at today. So that growth just continues. A lot of it's driven simply by what our marketing team is able to deliver from a visionary standpoint. The hot potatoes, if you want it.
We've got a couple more minutes. Any additional questions? Eric Mann.
This time of year, there's a lot of focus on IDPs. So which of your 3 IDPs is going to stretch you guys the most this year?
Good question. I can start with it. So for me, I wanted to work on public speaking. So I found an opportunity to do it today. So I'm sure I will get some feedback afterwards. And again, just looking forward to speaking in front of larger groups and getting that experience.
I have a similar thing on my IDP, but I think what's going to stretch me even more is just getting out and building deeper relationships. Anyone who knows me knows I'm an introvert, out there mingling in the crowd. So that's what I'm going to do, is just get out of my comfort zone and try and be the instigator of building relationships.
So those who know me will know that data and metrics is not always a natural muscle that I have. And so I'll be focused on not just data and metrics and understanding about how to make fact-based decisions as a result of the data.
Mine also is very similar to Dan's, that this year I'm trying to be very intentional about the relationships with people outside of the company. So getting out and doing those and making the time to accomplish that important goal. Although I don't know if that's going to be my most difficult, probably losing 10 pounds would be great.
Yeah, let me see. I'll speak to a personal goal. I've got one that started college this year, and I've got 2 more in line for college. So I think I'm going to be most stretched financially. So I'm going to be working on a budget this year, and that's been a goal of ours to make sure that we probably achieve that. So, question.
I think we have time for one more.
We've done a really good job on WIGs we've set out there to the business. Met a lot and exceeded a lot of those. In the process, it seems like occasionally we lose track of other metrics, and other metrics get way out of whack. What are we doing to keep an eye on those to make sure we're truly raising money without affecting the
Finish that one. So the first half of last year, we focused on conversion. I think we tried to execute a little bit better, but there were some systems that we probably should have taken a look at to enhance and make that SOP better. I think, for example, with the conversion excellence team, we're primarily focused on improving current systems and SOPs. So that's the thing that can carry, when the wait period is over, how do we sustain those results? It's by having good, solid systems in place.
I would also add to that is, even at the fifth, every single week, we look at all the KPIs and if something gets out of line, then
All right, that's it. Well, I appreciate that everyone was able to make it out to Defenders Live today. And they go Eagles, but thank you.